Line, presented by Solango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. For your entertainment, Hotline is a no-politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Or call 800-765-8255. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right. Hello, West Virginia. Let's do this thing. We're back for more in the 304. Time to get it done in the 681. Time to start this 3-hour audio tour for Thursday, March 19th, 2026. Metro News Hotline comes to you from the Solango Law Studios. Coop, did you just drop something in here? What
You dropped something.
Was there like a bunch of glasses that fell on the floor and crashed into a 1,000 pieces of glass?
That was just my ego.
Fantastic. Man, you can't get – have you seen today's lineup?
Oh, man. Today is wild. It is a wild day in the Hotline Ranch.
I know. We have got so much stuff for you today. If this – by the way, we need to do more of this. Because we have people who are tuned in to the show, so many unique listeners, right?
Unique listener
who tune in for the state high school boys basketball tournament and accidentally stumble onto our show.
Yeah,
they probably went to the bathroom with a minute to go in the Riverside Morgantown game, and when they came back, the game was over, and suddenly we're on. So they're trying to figure out. What is this? You're on the right channel.
Yeah, fair.
You're on the right channel. So I just want to say welcome aboard to all of our unique listeners who are in town for the state tournament this week.
Or just on the radio. I mean, it could be, they don't even have to be in town. They could have been doing that same exact song and dance we were just talking about anywhere in the state.
That's exactly right.
Depending on how their local affiliate was handling things.
But if you are downtown for the tournament, please remember one-way streets.
If you see me, honk.
Beep, beep.
But don't get mad if I don't hear you because I wear headphones.
Yeah. No, before the show started, I noticed, man, we're making so many changes around here. I noticed that there's a new light on you.
Yes.
What's the difference? Is it bigger or what's the story of
Okay,
that?
so the last week or so, I think, I've had this same light, but it was temporarily mounted.
Okay.
And so one of our whiz engineers custom created a mount for it to go where we have back here. Fred Francis, our whiz engineer, put that together for us.
Okay.
And so he and the engineering team installed that, I guess, today. Ryan was in here when they did it. And so this is my new, this is my new light that, makes my skin look good, I guess, I hope. And I think it fills in my missing tooth. I think there's a special light that hides my missing tooth.
All I can say to you, Coop, is time to turn so you don't burn in there. No, there's no heat.
No, there's no heat. Yeah, luckily, this isn't like back when you started TV and the lights were really hot.
Really, really hot.
When they were candles.
And credit where it's due, it was Ken that installed it.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just trying to spread the love around. I wasn't. Fred designed it. I know that.
Yeah.
Well, I was just in there waiting to do my show, and I'm talking to Ryan. Ryan didn't have this light on.
Well, he's not on camera.
Well, but don't you want to be part of the festivities? Why don't you just turn the light on and just get used to the light?
No, I am only part of the festivities when I'm paid to be part of the
festivities. And have you seen how dark it is in here when he's producing?
Yeah.
I walk in here and it's like him and Stephanie are in like hackers from like 1992 or something.
Nice.
I've got weak eyesight.
Do you?
Yeah. So I got to keep it dark.
But you don't wear glasses.
Yeah, I used to.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen you in glasses.
Back in high school.
I had a friend once. This is just slightly related to glasses. I had a friend once who read it's when I had the bookstore. They found like a pamphlet book, a really thin book that was part of an estate thing, but it was a published book like in the early 1900s by some doctor who was a doctor of the eyes, as he called himself.
Nice.
And but anyway, he wasn't an official doctor. He was against the mainstream, and he said that you could train your eyes to no longer need glasses. And so he told everybody that the glasses industry was all a hoax, and that you could actually do exercises just like with your muscles, and fix the focus of your eyes. And so I had a friend that was like, I'm not getting glasses, I can fix my eyes. And he was always going around doing these weird exercises with his eyes and stuff. Yeah, it never helped.
One more thing about how things are changing around here so much. We're on Facebook Live. Okay.
Right.
We're on the YouTube.
That's for the kids.
Yeah, for the kids.
Facebook's for the kids.
Yeah,
you know?
for the kids.
For the kids.
Well, my mom's on
like
Facebook.
Hudsucker Proxy, for kids.
Yeah, but I didn't even know this. So the little things that they do that are available on YouTube, where you and I and Ryan cut it up, and they wait for the funny, and then they chop that up. And
Evidence?
Evidence.
Yeah.
So they chop that up. I didn't realize on Facebook there are people who are making comments on those videos. Have you ever gone over and
Oh, gosh, no.
Oh, see? See? Now we're going to have to start reading some of
Oh,
those.
no.
Or we're going to have to find those people.
Or delete them. I don't Do I have admin privilege to that page? I don't know if I do or not. Maybe I need it.
I wasn't even aware of that until today.
Oh, yeah. Facebook. People like to talk on Facebook. Well, I guess we'll have to.
They get going on the Facebook. At the state tournament today. Boy, I tell you what, we're starting to get down to it now. We're getting the big teams out there.
Man,
getting the big boys rolling out there. Quad A today, Spring Mills was a winner over University, 64-55. Tug Valley beat Tucker County in a Class A semifinal, 56-43. And the game just ended. Morgantown defeated Riverside, 73-58. Tonight we got some heavyweights.
Yeah,
GW is going to be
GW's at
out
5.
there. Yeah.
5.
And by the way, this will be the first time this week that our show locally will be preempted at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, local team here
for
big.
high school.
We got to get over
thanks,
that.
GW. Thanks for being so good this year.
Thanks for getting the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
At least I get my video game report in before the secret show.
I was gonna mention that. Yeah, we got some technically. I guess tomorrow. What's our deal for tomorrow?
It'll probably be the same thing because that's going to be the semifinal for the championship at 5 o'clock tomorrow. We got to get that one.
So if you hear us referencing the secret show, how that works is some affiliates break away for the beginning of the first game of the triple header of the state tournament at 5 o'clock. That's when the pregame starts and the game tips at 5:30. Some stations do not, but we continue on. It's not like we get. Wasn't there a year where we got to go home at 5 o'clock?
2 years in a row, we got to go home at 5 during the boys' week. It was nice.
Yeah, that was nice.
It wasn't bad. I do want to remind our fans, especially those of the hashtag 180 Club, don't be like the prediction market fans. You don't have to contact your station runners and be like, why aren't you carrying hotline? And make threats about not carrying hotline or anything like that. It's okay, man. We give you permission. We make it available at all these different avenues out there so you can listen to it later. So don't how the people from prediction markets are messaging like NBA players and stuff like that and telling them you didn't hit that 3 and you cost me $30,000. Don't do that, man. It's okay. It's okay.
So we will have a show from 5 to 6. We'll be on the air. Some affiliates will have it, the secret show. And it's available at the website as well, WVMetronews.com.
One year we were giving away some tickets of some kind, and we buried hints on the secret shows. Right. So you could get an extra bonus if you listened or went back and listened.
But on the other hand, if you're listening to this as a podcast at some point in the future, just disregard this.
Whatever.
Yeah. Don't even worry about it.
I mean, treat it like you do most of the shows.
Yeah, just roll with it, dude. It's okay. Coop, I'm so happy to have a job today. Because
so am I.
Yes, that makes 3 of us.
I'm so happy to have a job today because if I didn't have a job today, I would be sitting on the couch just watching NCAA tournament basketball games and yelling at the TV.
You have your bracket in your hand, grease stained with Tudor's biscuit gravy and everything else.
We're following all these games. We'll run them down in a bit. Pretty good game between TCU and Ohio State. TCU carrying the flag for the Big 12. They won by a bucket, so we'll get it. Coop, now. Man, you talk the talk. You talk the talk. You act like you're above the whole bracket thing.
It's not above.
The bracket games are for the unwashed, But no. But I noticed. I got into my office email, and I see you're in the pool, bro. I see you've got a bracket.
Here's the thing. I generally don't like brackets, but this is now the second year in a row where I have been approached by the powers that be at work, and it was like, we're doing a company bracket, and I'm a team player, man.
Right.
I'll throw my hat in the ring on something like that.
Man.
I don't want to be seen as being, too snobby to play in the bracket. Now, I will tell you, I put less than 1 minute of effort into it, so we'll see how it goes.
So our question of the day is about brackets, and we've already got a lot of response to it. Ryan, you're not a real big now. Your dad. How long's your dad been a UK season ticket holder?
Probably since before I was born.
Wow, so that's a long time.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
At least 28 years.
So that's a long time. I was going to ask you, do brackets interest you?
No.
Do you think...
I did have braces when I was young, though.
Do you think you could name the cities where some of these schools that are in the tournament are located?
A few of them, maybe.
What if I said to you, where's Troy University? Where do you think Troy University is?
Oh, yeah, that's in Greece.
No, that would be Troy, Alabama.
Oh.
That would be Troy, Alabama, relatively close to Montgomery, Alabama. Coop, you filled out a bracket.
I did.
You filled out a bracket. Where do you think Queens University is? Queens University is in the field in this year's NCAA tournament. Where do you think Queens University is located?
I'm going to assume that it's somewhere like Arkansas and not New York.
That would be wrong.
Oh, okay.
That would be
Where
wrong.
is it?
What? Well, think about this. What cities fight over the nickname the Queen City?
Cincinnati's one.
London.
That would be a tough non-conference game in London. So what other city? What other city likes to refer to itself as the Queen City?
Highgard? I'm not sure.
That would be Charlotte. Okay. That would be Charlotte.
That's in another state.
So
though,
our
right?
NCAA tournament geography
never mind.
test continues. Ryan, Howard is in the tournament.
Oh, he is?
Howard University is
I
in the
haven't
tournament.
seen him since so-and-so.
Where do you think Howard University is located?
I don't know. Idaho.
Coop, can you steal the category?
Howard
University. Howard University.
Well, it's a trick question because it's not in a state.
That's good.
Yeah,
that is that should have been my clue to give to
Yeah.
Ryan.
So it's in the District of Columbia,
That is
I believe.
correct. That is correct.
You lie as easily as you breathe, Dave Weekly.
A couple more here. Let's see, boy, Ryan. If you had a bracket, would you have picked Hofstra?
Gesundheit.
Where do you think Hofstra is located?
South Africa.
South Africa. No, that would be Hempstead, New York.
Oh.
It's in Nassau County. It is relatively close to New York City.
I think it's a part of NYU. isn't it?
All right, we're going to wrap this up. Coop, if I said, you know what, I'm a big fan of Prairie View.
Oh, man.
I'm going to Prairie View, and because they're in the NCAA tournament, I can't wait to get to Prairie View. Where would I have to buy an airline ticket to go to Prairie View?
And like 3 years ago, or maybe a little longer than that, they made a little run, didn't they? Didn't they win like 2 games or something like that?
No, I don't think it was Prairie View. But
I don't know. I thought it was. Anyway, for some reason in my head, it was like, oh, Prairie View. I don't know where that is.
that's you would go to Houston.
Oh, okay,
You
great.
would go to Houston.
Would that be Houston or Houston? You mean Texas or somewhere else?
Should I ask Ryan one more? I don't want to push him.
I mean, this is like asking me the jersey numbers. I don't
really-
know.
Do it.
You want
Do it.
to try one more?
Yeah, it's fun.
I tell you, what
This
about
is the most fun I've had with sports this entire show.
what about St. Mary's? They had a wonderful season. They're in the NCAA tournament. Where do you think St. Mary's is located?
St. Mary's. It's a good name. It's a refined name, and it's proper. So I'm going to go with my home state of Virginia.
That would be incorrect.
He's not far off,
Are you
though.
kidding me?
That would be incorrect.
He's not far off, though.
Yeah, actually, he's about as far off as you can get. St. Mary's is in California.
Oh, okay.
It's about halfway between Oakland and Stockton.
And there's St. Mary's on this side of the country,
There's
too?
all kinds of
Yeah,
St.
well,
Mary's.
see, that's a question.
Well, I guess that would be a trick question, wasn't it? But that's the end of our geography quiz for the NCAA tournament.
Boy, I'm really terrible at that.
Yeah, but I'm just so happy that now you and I have something in common. We both have brackets.
I know. I can't even remember who I picked. Oh, Duke. I think I picked Duke. to
Pick
win.
Duke?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so
I went with the team that I'd probably dislike the most, that was most likely to win.
dislike the most. Dislike the
They
most.
can have my bad luck.
So there you go. That's your NCAA quiz. All right, people on the show today. Let's run it down, shall we? Coop, this hour is insane. Okay,
It's an insane hour.
It's a pretty insane hour. So we'll.
insane hour,
hey, what do you
Jerry.
think? What do you think Jeff Jenkins is going to get back for the news update? He's got.
I mean, that game was over some time ago. So TikTok, Jeff,
he's got about 180 seconds.
some pep in that step, man.
He's got
I don't
about-
think Jeff has a TikTok account.
That's probably true. Bottom of the hour, we've got Germain Lussier. Oh, Shelly Hussell's in the house today.
Oh, yeah, Shelly will
Hussell's
be
gonna-
here, yep.
Shelly's always hustling. She'll be here, and she'll tell us how to handle this insane market, this insane financial market. So we've got Huntington Bank Money Minutes. That's coming up at around 3:45. Coop, that's one of our newest segments, and it's one of my favorites.
Oh man! Well, it was such a perfect. I mean, honestly, just as an observer, as a listener as well as a fan, it is the perfect marriage of your knowledge with their knowledge.
Here
I mean,
he is.
this is perfect.
Look at this.
Yeah,
He
see,
made
look
it.
at that. He made it.
He made it. There
He
was
made
never
it.
a question.
Nope, not at all.
And he's still got the lanyard on.
No, that's right. That's right. He came right from the arena. Came right for. Do you flash your badge to get through the past the parking guard, Jeff? To get into the media parking?
Sean and Bobby let me in. I showed my badge.
There you go. If you forgot your badge, would they let you in?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either. I don't know if I've ever gotten turned away from there. That's fine.
They probably say like, "Oh my God, you're Jeff Jenkins. We have to let you in."
You gotta let him in.
No, do not say that.
But yeah, we've got Huntington Bank. Shelly Hussell's going to be here in about what do you say, Coop? About 25 minutes. And 5 o'clock or in the 4 o'clock hour before the secret show begins at 5. Kathy Mattea is going to be here. We love having Kathy on the show. She's outstanding. 4:30 there's a video game report.
Yeah.
Video game report.
I wonder who does that.
What's your video game report about today?
Oh, it's about I've got some beef with NVIDIA. I'm not liking their new DLSS 5 software.
Okay.
It looks bad.
All right. Well, we're going to be talking about NVIDIA, too, in Money Minutes with Shelly Hussell in a bit. Coop, here's our question of the day. It is all about brackets. We're talking about the NCAA tournament and the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Solango Law. Who are your Final Four teams? Who are your Final Four teams? And secondarily, if you had to bet your life savings on one double-digit seed to win at least one game in this tournament, which one would you choose? And we have got some interesting responses already on that. So that's the question of the day. Who are your Final Four teams? If you had to bet your life savings on one double-digit seed to win at least one game in this tournament, which one would you choose? To respond, text those in 304-TALK 304, 304-8255 304. Tweet me. I'm on Exit Weekly, WEEKLEY. One word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. Hey, Jeff, before we get into the news, man, great, just another great session over at the boys tournament today,
Yeah, we've
right?
had a single A team advance. Tug Valley advanced over Tucker County. Spring Mills looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, and their first appearance here in the tournament, heading now to the semifinals in Quad A with their win over University. And then Morgantown had a real big second quarter and defeated Riverside by 15.
How's the crowd for Riverside?
Oh, it was unbelievable.
That's awesome.
They had
Good for them.
they had all the way behind the basket, all the way to the top. So they had the three sections there behind the basket and the three sections up top all full.
Yeah, you're talking about Morgantown in the second quarter. They outscored Riverside 25-9 in that quarter, and they basically took control there.
Yeah, and that was basically the margin. It was basically even the rest of the way between those two teams. Riverside played hard. Dave Tallman, a longtime Morgantown coach, very successful coach, said after the game, credited Riverside with their hard play. And Morgantown's very good, talented, very good.
We're going to talk about the sprinkler incident with Tug Valley in a little bit.
Okay.
So we'll get into that. We'll hear from their coach, Rabbit
Thompson.
Yeah, he's going to join us in a bit. What's up in the news? What's going on?
Okay, at the website, wvmetronews.com, when there's a disaster declared or a state of emergency and there's some school missed, then you can ask the State Department, you can ask the state school superintendent for waivers. So remember the bad snow we had and the ice last week of January. Every county missed all 5 days. And so that, in a pretty tough winter in some places, that messed with their calendar. So Michelle Blatt, 47 counties have asked her for a waiver of those 5 days when it comes to counting days for instruction. She's granted that. So that's our lead story at the website. West Virginia's doing better with its bridges. They're moving up some of the national rankings according to those who rank those things. And if you've been on any of the roads in West Virginia, particularly I-79, every bridge is being worked on.
I know. It's amazing, right?
It's just about every bridge. And also Morgantown's getting ready for an NCAA, first round games with the women. So we got a couple of stories about that.
Yeah, they play Miami University. That's going to be Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Yep.
Jeff, thank you.
Okay.
What do you got a game? You got a game tonight?
Yeah, I got GW Huntington, first game of the evening session.
Does Huntington have the firepower to give them a game?
Well, I mean, Huntington's Huntington. I mean, they got, regular season record doesn't look that good, but you know they got some athletes, and they're playing better at the end of the season.
All right, so that's the first game of the evening session. Pregame at 5, tip at 5:30. Thank you, Jeff.
Okay.
Let's take a break. We're back with more in a minute.
Veterans plan ahead.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action. Stay connected to what's happening today in West Virginia.
What about this and what about that? And it just went back and forth. And I was just the guy reading the text. Okay, so what's your take on the whole thing?
Well, now you just get me fired up. Now
right.
you just
so I'm gonna turn on. I'm gonna run down to Wendy's and grab a burger, and I'll be back.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
All right, here comes some news at the bottom of the hour, because it's kind of what we do here. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Solango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Chris Lawrence. Putnam County State Senator Eric Tarr says the recently completed regular session at the Capitol is the most disappointing he's been part of since he began volunteering there in 2015.
For the past 2 years, the Republican Senate majority has not had a cohesive agenda that we go in and say, okay, this is where we know we're going to be, and we're going to wrap a team around it and get this done. That just didn't happen this session. Didn't happen last session.
And he says the majority of bills moving is more about whose name is on the bill rather than what the bill says. And he says that makes the discussion more political than policy-driven. The DMV is warning drivers to be on the lookout for hazards not on the road but on their phone.
According to the DMV, scammers are using text messages to scare people into sending them money to pay off driving violations that never actually happened. DMV Commissioner Everett Frazier says if it comes in a text, it's not from the DMV.
The DMV will never send anyone a text requesting payment. Never, ever, whether it be for a vehicle violation, driving violation, or an unpaid toll.
Concerned West Virginians can call the DMV toll-free at 800-642-9066. I'm Daniel Woods, WVMetroNews.com.
Didn't take former Human Services Secretary Alex Mayer long to land. He announced last Friday he'd be leaving his post, and today his LinkedIn profile reflects he's with the national consulting firm Guidehouse. You're listening to Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Come on, Liam, let's go. Get open. Come on, go for it. Wake up. Wake up, Liam. Oh, come on, use your head. Gotta want it. Dominate!
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
Winfield High School player Ty Lockery is getting a chemotherapy treatment today at Cincinnati's Children's Hospital. Just a few hours after he played for the first time this season in last night's state tournament game with Ripley. His mother, Mary Beth, says there are many to thank.
They've just included him and just shown him so much support. And I think that really has helped him along this journey and throughout this battle.
Winfield won, and they'll play in the semifinals tomorrow. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
West Virginia Outdoors is the Mountain State's only hook and bullet radio show, dedicated to the more than 250,000 hunters and anglers across the state. Award-winning host Chris Lawrence has been tracking down hunting and fishing stories for more than 25 years.
I shot him. He ran over to the edge of the field. He made it about 5-10 yards out of the edge of the field and fell over there.
West Virginia Outdoors covers it all. Saturday mornings at 7:06 a.m. on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
All right, welcome back. 26 till the hour. Germain Lussier from Gizmodo.com in a moment. Shelly Hussell, Money Minutes from Huntington Bank in about 12 minutes. The Metro News obviously is your home for the boys state high school basketball tournament going on right now in downtown Charleston. The boys state tournament continuing this morning. Class Quad A quarterfinals, third-seeded Spring Mills eliminated sixth-seeded University 64-55. Here's Spring Mills coach Shannon Layton on moving on to the semifinals tomorrow night.
We take it one game at a time. Again, these guys are really locked in. They were up since 5 o'clock this morning, ready to play. So, I mean, that's a good sign. These guys are veterans, and I look forward to the next game.
There you go. There you go. We've also had other games today where Tug Valley in Class A competition moved into the championship game with a win over Tucker County, 56-43. And Morgantown defeated Riverside 73-58. All right, Germain Lussier from Gizmodo.com joins me now to talk about TV, movies, and more. Hey, Germain, how you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
Well, yeah, you know what? Our question of the day is about NCAA tournament brackets. Are you a bracket guy? I know you're a UCLA women's basketball fan. Have you got a men's bracket?
No, I didn't fill one out this year. But when it comes to men's, I've been a Duke kid since I was like 12 years old. And I know they're pretty good this year, so I'll probably be cheering for them.
Yeah, Sienna's got Duke down by 9, 33-24 with just under 6 minutes to go. until halftime. Hey, you got a story today about Stranger Things and a physical media release. They still sell that stuff, right? 25 disc set?
Yeah, well, it's 5 seasons, and each one is like 10 movies. So yeah, it's a big set. It costs like about $250 or something like that. But it only exists on your internet, right? On Netflix. So if you wanted to watch it when your internet was down, or just to have the complete series, it's just kind of nice to own it and know that nothing will happen. Like that'll happen with these streaming shows sometimes. It won't happen with Stranger Things, but a show like they remade Willow on Disney Plus, and that doesn't exist anymore because they took it down. And so it's just nice to have them. I actually just bought the Cobra Kai complete series too because I just like owning it. I'm a big fan, and so it's cool to have. So yeah, they're doing that for Stranger Things, and it'll be out in late July.
In that Cobra Kai set, what kind of extras do you get? Do you get director commentaries, behind the scenes outtakes, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's pretty sparse. Most of it is on you can find on like YouTube and stuff, but there are commentaries for the very first episode and the very last episode, which are actually really good. And I followed that series from before it even came out, and I was learning stuff on those commentaries. So yeah, it was pretty cool, but it's pretty sparse in terms of special features.
Going back to Stranger Things for a minute, this animated spinoff. I noted that I see that it's going to be in theaters before it debuts on Netflix. Do you think Netflix fans of Stranger Things will gravitate over to this animated series and give it a shot?
I think they might give it a shot. I don't think it's going to, won't have the furor and the excitement of the final season. Sure. But any new Stranger Things is probably cool, and this is going to have the original characters in it. I don't think it's voiced by the same people, but I think it'll do okay. I don't think it's going to, go crazy, but I think it's just smart to keep people, just keep, dropping the breadcrumbs until they come up with whatever the next big thing is.
I like this other thing that you wrote about the Dune Part 3 trailer. Now, I got to admit, I haven't seen it. How long's it been out there?
2-3 days.
Okay. So what do you see in the trailer?
I mean, a lot of stuff. It's hard. It's a trailer, so, it's hard to, kind of tell you what you see. But, it takes place, 20 years later, 17 years later. And, Paul and Chani have a kid, and Paul is, trying to deal with, being at war all the time as the Emperor. It looks awesome. I mean, it looks like the next one in the Dune series. I think it's a really cool trailer, and I wrote a bunch about it because I went to an event where Denis Villeneuve was there with a couple of the stars.
Coop, jump in here on this because you said something to me yesterday about Timothée Chalamet that I can't get out of my head now. So, who was it?
It's the stupidest thing.
Who was it?
I have no idea. I just read it.
Okay. Who was it that said they called Timothée Chalamet Toyota Chevrolet?
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
I can't get that out of my head.
It was in a written thing. It wasn't verbal. It was in a written thing. And somewhere during the process of them writing about it, they just changed from saying Timothée Chalamet to Toyota Chevrolet. And I never noticed, and I can't get it out of my head now after I read a comment and was like, did you seriously just change? And now it's like anytime I see his name, I'm just like, Toyota Chevrolet.
Oh, man. So have you ever heard that, Germain?
No, I haven't. It's funny, though. I like it, though. I like it.
Hey, I heard somebody say after Chalamet did not win the Oscar on Sunday night that he is going to be this generation's DiCaprio in terms of he's going to have to wait for his Oscar. Do you believe that?
I just think sort of. I do. I think that he is at a point where he doesn't have to pick. He can be very picky and choosy. We've talked about this. There are certain actors, Gosling being another one, They can pick and choose their stuff, and it just so happens that every time Chalamet makes a movie, he gets nominated for an Oscar. Same thing with DiCaprio, and there's a reason for that. It's because they're great, and so yeah, I mean, we could go on and on about this year, and maybe Marty Supreme, which is very interesting and good, but it was pretty divisive, and then he went really crazy with the campaign, and I don't know, he'll get one. He'll probably get 2 or 3 eventually. He's like 30. Is he even 30? I have no idea.
Yeah.
So he's fine. But I think, he was just out there so much more than everyone else that, it was kind of crazy when he lost. But big love, Michael B. Jordan. Oh, my God, I love that guy. And he's so great in Sinners.
Hey, man, I'll get you out of here on this. You wrote yesterday about Jessica Jones getting back in the MCU in Daredevil Born Again. Man, Jessica Jones is such a great character. I'm not even sure. Why did Jessica Jones go away in the first place?
Because she was part of this whole Netflix thing, where you forget that about 10 years ago, Netflix started making their own Marvel shows that desperately wanted to be part of the Marvel movies, but weren't really. And then, it was The Punisher and Daredevil and Iron Fist and Jessica Jones. And then they all went away. And then fans loved them so much, they started to slowly come back. Now we have season 2 of Daredevil, which is firmly in the MCU. Punisher is in the new Spider-Man movie. And now Jessica Jones is finally coming back. So I don't know how exactly, but, it's a testament to how great that stuff was, that even though Marvel Studios didn't have a control of it originally, they want to bring it back.
Yeah, Jessica Jones was a good show, and Kristen Ritter was really good in it. I'm really glad they're bringing that back. Hey, Germain, got to leave it there. Thanks for jumping on with us. I'll talk to you next week.
Have a good one, Dave.
All right, got to leave it there. So we talk to Germain Lussier every week at this time, and check out his stuff at Gizmodo.com. Coop, he is a content monster. A monster, 3 or 4 stories a day.
Yeah, man, he does such a great job at what he does.
Yeah,
there's no question.
We love having him on the show. All right, let's clear the decks. We'll take a quick break, take a collective breath, and Shelly Hussell is going to be here when we come back to talk about Huntington Bank Money Minutes, and what a great day to have her on. Stay tuned.
Golf Week called Pete Dye Golf Club one of America's best modern courses. Golf Digest recently called Pete Dye one of America's 100 greatest courses, and Pete Dye calls it 18 of the most exciting and memorable holes I've ever built on one course. Pete Dye Golf Club invites you to join the only course named after the legendary designer himself. National, corporate, and local memberships available now for a limited time. Visit PeteDye.com to learn more. Come play where the Mountaineers play at Pete Dye Golf Club.
Hi, I'm Nathan Adkins with CEC. Why did I choose CEC? It's simple. As a Huntington native and a Marshall grad, I'm thrilled to work in CEC's Charleston office, giving back to my community. At CEC, I dive into every engineering aspect, learning from West Virginia's best. Being employee-owned means that I have a stake in my future. We're not just names on projects, we connect with clients, adding personality to every job. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
Metro News Hotline, brought to you by Solango Law, will return right after these messages.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ, or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Welcome back to the show. 14 minutes till the hour. Coop, look who came for a visit. Shelly Hussell is back for Money Minutes from Huntington Bank. Shelly, we missed you last month. I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. I've not seen you since January. I sorely missed you guys.
And in the stock market since you left, Shelly.
Has something happened?
Yes. A lot of stuff's going on. A lot of stuff is going on with the market. So, man, where do we start? Let me just give a quick update on what's happening today. The Dow is relatively flat. It's down 150 points or so. S&P's flat. NASDAQ's the same thing. You know, with the war going on in the Middle East, why aren't we down farther? Let's start there. Well, that's kind of surprising, right?
Sure. That's a great question. You ask so many good questions, and I will tell you that it's a number of things. I think first and foremost, when we have these bad market days, it's because of the price of oil. I think that we in America, we're rather energy independent, which is great, but still that tends to spook the market. And today, as we were discussing earlier, Brent crude touched $119 a barrel, and that's significant.
The other thing is, in this bull market now that's been going on for a couple of years, the move has always been to buy the dip.
That's right.
And for people who have bought the dip, they've turned out all right.
Right.
But I saw today that for the first time in months, the actual flow of money into the financial markets is lower than it normally is. So I'm still trying to figure out why the market isn't lower.
Sure, and I'm not sure that I have the right answer to that. I think that some of us are just perplexed as to why it isn't dipping more than it is. Are we fatigued because of ongoing conflicts? I think that a lot of times the market can separate macroeconomic events from what we're actually doing, and that's investing in good companies and growing.
I think also investors today are a lot smarter than they used to be, and since you can make moves so quickly on your phone or other ways, we can be very, very nimble. I mean, there's always somewhere to go, and money has been flowing into the big integrated stocks, oil stocks. That's right. Occidental, Exxon, Chevron, they're all making all-time highs here.
Absolutely. And you have defense stocks, too.
Oh,
and when we enter conflicts like this, such as the war in Iran, people want to get in on that, aerospace defense-type contract stocks.
So, what is the number, the price of oil that's going to make the market roll over either into a recession or stagflation? It's somewhere north of 100, right? Where do you think it is?
Sure, absolutely. Ironically, I just read in the Wall Street Journal this morning that the target number seems to be around $138 a barrel, and it would need to be sustained for several weeks to trigger a recession.
One of the things that happened that's happening in the market today and started happening yesterday that I think is a little bit of a concern is, there's always places to hide, right? But in commodities, you're now, after gold ran over 5,000, that rally looks a little tired. Right. Copper is rolling over here. Aluminum is rolling over here. So these places where you could hide in commodities on the way up, that seems to be waning too.
Right.
So So where do you put your money? Is this a good time to invest?
I have banged on this drum since my first appearance here. As long as you have a well-diversified portfolio, you're going to find some areas of success in the market. Commodities are something that we don't necessarily deal with at Huntington on a regular basis. We do have some exposure to ETFs that have gold or silver, but it's, I think, a safe bet just to continue to stay the course and have a well-diversified portfolio.
One of the things I wanted to get your take on this. There's so much more news, if you wanted, about the stock market and finances, that there's a theory out there that if the situation in Iran gets resolved in a surprising fashion, that the market is really going to go up a lot.
That seems to be the consensus. And I think that perhaps that's the consensus amongst the bulls. They're always the bears, but until we clear the Strait of Hormuz and get rid of this stymieing fertilizer and oil and these types of things coming into the U.S., we'll see.
That's true. And it's not just oil isn't just gasoline.
Correct.
It's involved in a whole lot of other areas that are going to be impacting the market. Before you got in here, we're doing a video game report in about an hour where we're going to be talking about NVIDIA a little bit. So NVIDIA's got the biggest market cap of any stock on the planet right now. Yes. Earnings over the moon.
Yes.
The projections going forward, amazing.
Yes.
The other mega tech stocks are flowing tons of money into NVIDIA. They can't make chips fast enough. So the question is, why has the stock been going sideways now for 6 or 7 months? And it's down again today.
Right.
What do you think? What's going on with NVIDIA?
I can't figure out if Jensen Huang is everyone knew that he would be valedictorian of the class, and no one is impressed that he's making straight A's anymore. I'm not sure exactly why NVIDIA has stalled. I think that there's still some trepidation about the Mag 7 in general, not just NVIDIA. But I'm not sure that there's any one particular reason. To your point, the stock has been at about 180, 181 for months.
Yeah, I think it's trading around 178 today. I just kind of get the feeling like that, that whole group of stocks, for whatever reason, that's run so far so fast that it's just their time in the barrel. It's just their time. And the other thing is, what about this theory? The idea that if you want to be invested in NVIDIA, you're already there.
Right.
I mean, who is left out there to buy it?
That's true. There is a huge amount of participation in NVIDIA, in Mag 7 in particular. We've seen the broadening out in the market for, probably the last 6 months or so. So I think that if you are a willing participant, to your point, you are already participating. And if you're on the edge, you might not want to do that if for the past, 4 months or so, it's been about the same price.
The other thing is, when you've got a stock that is so big and the market cap is so big, it's really tough to move the stock, right?
Absolutely. To your point, the biggest market cap on the face of the planet in history.
All right. So if you're a holder of NVIDIA, what do you do here? Do you add to the position, or do you just stand pat? What do you think?
I think that, again, banging the drum of well-diversified portfolio, if you can trim position and put that excess cash into other areas of the market, you're probably smart to do so. All right.
We're wrapping up with Shelly Hussell, Huntington Bank Money Minutes. All right, so the conflict in Iran has been going on for a few days. Is this making your clients nervous? Are they coming to you and asking questions you don't normally hear? What's going on at the office?
Sure, absolutely. I think that there's a handful of clients who are always timid about investments. It's the job of any good portfolio manager or wealth advisor to have that conversation with you. I try to pick up the phone and be proactive with some of those folks, but this isn't unlike the conversations that I had during the Russia-Ukraine conflict. These geopolitical events happen all the time. I've been showing clients this beautiful chart of geopolitical events from 1961 until recently, and you'll notice that the S&P 500 moves up in a sawtooth pattern. So just stay the course, stay tight, keep investing.
You know what? I'm really glad to hear you say that, because when people are a little bit nervous about their money and things outside their control are affecting it, they need a little hand-holding.
Absolutely. And I am that person.
Shelly, thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much, Dave.
Shelly Hussell, Money Minutes, Huntington Bank. We do this a couple of times a month. Shelly, you can't miss any more appointments.
I promise.
Okay.
I think I'm going to be on next time, too.
Okay, good
right.
deal. All right, let's take a quick break. We're coming back to wrap the hour in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Solango Law, will return right after these messages.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action. Stay connected to what's happening today in West Virginia.
What about, this and what about that? And it just went back and forth. And I was just the guy reading the text. Okay. So what's your take on the whole thing?
Well, now you just get me fired up. Now
right.
you just
So I'm gonna turn on. I'm gonna run down to Wendy's and grab a burger, and I'll be back.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
.org.
All right, great to see Shelly Hussell from Huntington Bank Money Minutes. We do that a couple of times every month. Don't forget, Amy Smith from Investors Business Daily is going to be here at the top of the 5 o'clock hour for a little bit more on the financial markets. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll check those markets, reset our question of the day about your NCAA tournament bracket, and Kathy Mattea from Mountain Stage will be here. She's next. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30. Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Solango Law. Visit solangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, when we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And so, and Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this, I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it. Because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school. You did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian who...
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could...
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably... Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
Ah, that's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble, when it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument, because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bounced him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Ten seconds remaining.
Going to be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But, if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things, and I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard, and if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Solango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour, navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back. Hour number 2. How do you do? Metro News Hotline marching on in the afternoon here in West Virginia, right up until 6 o'clock on the Metro News Radio Network, wherever you're listening to the show today, inside the state or beyond the borders, just trying to get a read on what's going on back home. We hope you're having a good day. Man, we were busy in the first hour. We're busy in this hour, and we'll be busy in the Secret Show hour at 5 o'clock. Coming up, we'll take a look at what happened in the financial markets today. Reset our question of the day about your bracket, about your NCAA tournament bracket. Kathy Mattea is back today. We love having Kathy on the show. The host of Mountain Stage. They got a great show lined up this Sunday in Charleston at the Culture Center. We'll talk to Kathy all about it here in just a couple of minutes. We've got the entertainment report coming at 4:25 today. 4:33, Ryan's coming back. So Ryan Nicholson will be back with his video game report. 5 o'clock hour will be busy as well. Many of you will be breaking away for boys state high school basketball coverage. That's okay. That's all good. Some of the affiliates will stay with us. If you want to continue listening to our show, there's a feed available at the website, WVMetronews.com. And if you're watching on Facebook Live or you're watching on YouTube right now, just stay right there. You're going to be good to go right up until 6 o'clock this afternoon. At the top of the 5, Amy Smith from Investors Business Daily will be here to break down the financial markets. We'll play some in or out. Kevin Kinder's going to be with us. He'll be reporting live from the WVU baseball game this afternoon. They're playing BYU. And of course, when you play by BYU, there's no Sunday game. So West Virginia is playing BYU in Morgantown Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we'll hear about Mountaineer baseball. That'll be at 5:33. 5:40 today, Jeff Jenkins will have another edition of the Capitol Report. Even though the legislative session ended last weekend here in Charleston, his recaps of what went down in the legislative session continued today and tomorrow at around 5:40. And then we'll have more of your responses to our question of the day before we get on out of here at 6 o'clock. All right, let's go back and double back and give you the final numbers from Wall Street, as we always do every day at 4. The Dow was down 203 points today, closing at 46,021. S&P 500 down 1/4% of 1%, losing 18 points today, 6606 at the close. NASDAQ was down 1/4 of 1%, losing almost 62 points today, closing at 22,090. Among stocks of local interest to West Virginia that were big percentage gainers or losers today, CSX down 3%, lost $1.21, 38.43 at the close today. FMC also down 3.8%, losing 55 cents, $14 even at the end of today's session. Let me get you a winner here. How about Ohio Valley Bank? It was up 1.9%, tacked on 75 cents, 41.30 at 4 o'clock on Wall Street. In the energy space, oil down 1.6%, lost $1.54. WTI in the NYMEX closed at $94.78. For a while today, though, it was trading north of $100. Brent did finish over $100 today, trading at 107.22. Natural gas was up 2.5% today, gained 7 cents. Right now, natural gas trading at $3.14 per unit. All right, let's talk about your brackets. It's the first real day of the NCAA basketball tournament. Now, we've had a couple of days this week with the first four in Dayton, a pair of games on Tuesday and Wednesday. But today at noon, it really got rolling, and we'll give you some of the scores later. But we want to talk about your brackets. And here's the question of the day, and it's sponsored by Solango Law. Who are your Final Four teams? And if you had to bet your life savings on one double-digit seed to win at least one game in this tournament, which one would you choose? That's the question of the day. Who are your Final Four teams? And if you had to bet your life savings on one double-digit seed to win at least one game in this tournament, which one would you choose? And we're starting to get some pretty interesting takes on this. Anthony in Clarksburg. Dave, here's my Final Four teams. I got UConn, Illinois, Arizona, and Michigan. And give me Mizzou turning a few heads with that number 10 seed. Here's Ed on X. Dave, I got Arizona, Duke, Michigan, and Houston. Arizona over Houston for the championship. Akron, the Zips out of the MAC. That's my double-digit winner. Jennings has Duke, Houston, Purdue, and Michigan as his Final Four teams. He's got Purdue over Duke in the championship. VCU is my other double-digit seed, and it's getting whipped at the moment. All right, we'll get into more of that in a bit. Kathy Mattea joins us now to talk about what's going on with Mountain Stage. And Kathy, first, good afternoon to you. And you got another big show coming up this Sunday in Charleston. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Are you kidding? We had, I think it was 22 the other night. It is now 73 degrees here in sunny Nashville, and we're all feeling the relief.
You know what? The weather here in Charleston today is outstanding as well, and I think it's going to hold for you this weekend. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on Sunday at the Culture Center in Charleston. The doors open at 6:30. The show begins at 7. When folks get settled into their seats, what are they going to see?
Well, it's Singer-Songwriter Week on Mountain Stage, but everybody's very different from everybody else. There's a woman named Anna Tivell who's been on before. She's based out of Portland. She's a singer-songwriter, very kind of earthy and like heartfelt and very, she writes a lot about nature. Liza Lowe is going to be on. This is her first U.S. tour. She's based out of England, and she grew up in Spain and the Netherlands and the UK listening to flamenco music in her living room. That's what her family played. Patrick Watson is kind of a legendary guy in Canada, an indie pop guy, and he's really got quite a resume. But the thing I found really interesting about his story is he woke up one day a couple years ago with no voice. He could not speak. He'd had a hemorrhage on his vocal cords, and he's this renowned musician. And he just started messing around and writing on his synth, and he called all his buddies and people that he didn't know and said, "Hey, I wrote a song for you. You want to come sing on my record?"
Nice.
And as it turned out, his voice came back, and he was like, "Oh, no, this is way more fun. I'm in this." And he has everybody from Martha Wainwright to the barista at his local coffee shop that he got to sing on this record. So that's just really interesting to me. There's also a woman named Shelby Means who was in a group called Della Mae, a bluegrass group, all women, won lots and lots of awards. And then most recently she was in Molly Tuttle's band playing bass, won a Grammy with them. And she's coming with her first solo album. And so I'm really curious to hear her. And I think we have something to play from her.
You know, I want to ask you about Shelby Means before we play this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you really don't see that many women who play the stand-up bass, right? That's kind of unusual, isn't it?
It's not as unusual as it used to be. Like as you speak to me, I'm seeing faces of women that I've seen recently playing. And, so I have filing cabinets in my head, and the name of the very famous bluegrass bass player from West Virginia, whose last album I sang a duet with her on, is, do you know, you're more sports and
you're not thinking of Bridget,
you're
not thinking of Bridget Kearney, are you? That's not her.
No, and I know there's 100 people. There's 100 people out there who know who I'm talking about right now. And, Missy Raines. Thank
Okay.
you, Kathy. Missy Raines. I love her so much. She's just a legend in bluegrass music. So there's more and more coming on.
Yeah, I always kind of thought that was unusual. Coop, remember, we used to have a lot more live music in the studio, and to lug that stand-up bass around is kind of a hassle. I kind of always kind of like the idea of like, hey, I got my little guitar case or I got my trumpet or whatever, I can travel. But I mean, it's a whole different deal when you're lugging around that stand-up bass.
It is a lifetime commitment. My bass player has been doing it since he was really young, and I keep wondering why somebody doesn't invent like a little thing that fits on that spike on the bottom of the bass that just has a wheel on it. So you can just wheel it around. It seems so like a no-brainer. Maybe I'll get rich doing that.
Hey, you know what? You're right. We have some music. Before I went off on that tangent about stand-up basses, we do have a little music by Shelby Means. This is Million Reasons.
Be still, but you're giving me a million reasons, giving me a million reasons, giving me a million reasons, about a million reasons. I bow down to pray. I try to make the worst seem better. Lord, show me the way to cut through all this worn out leather. I've got 100 million reasons to walk away, but baby, I just need one good one to stay.
There you go. And obviously that song, familiar, was written by Lady Gaga, so you know it's going to be a good tune, right?
Yeah, she sings it really well, too,
Yeah.
I thought.
She does. All right, so what's the story about you and John Gorka in this show?
Well, John Gorka and I go way back. We're contemporaries from the 80s and 90s, kicking around Nashville in folk and country music. And he recorded this song years ago, and Nancy Griffith sang the harmony, beautiful harmony on his record. It was kind of a breakout record for him. I always think of his voice like hot caramel. He's just got this incredible voice. And years back in the day, we were doing American Music Shop together, which was a show that used to air on the Nashville network. And John asked me to sing on this song. So he came through Nashville recently, and I went to see him, and he said, hey, I'm going to be on Mountain Stage. You want to do Gypsy Life? So we thought it'd be kind of fun to play that today so we can kind of revisit it before we sing it together on Sunday.
All right, here you go. Here's Gypsy Life, John Gorka featuring Kathy Mattea.
I know the whole truth there is horrible. It's better if you take a little at a time. Too much and you are not portable. Not enough and you'll be making happy rhymes. You might like the gypsy life. You judge your progress by the phases of the moon. Get your compass and your sharpest knife. 'Cause people love you when they know you're leaving soon.
There you go. That's really, really nice. So you're going to do that on this show this coming Sunday?
That's the plan, if I pass the audition.
No,
Yes.
I'm sure you'll pass the audition. Hey, you know what? When I saw he was going to be on the show this week, I think I have one of his records. I remember he was on Windham Hill for a while. And then when I looked it up, I had no idea he was so prolific. I mean, he must have like a dozen studio records. He really writes a lot.
Oh, yeah. He writes a lot, and he's really quirky. You know, he's provocative, but he's got this wry sense of humor and this way of doing wordplay that, combined with that huge, beautiful, warm voice, he has a loyal following that has been with him for 30 years plus and isn't going anywhere. He's the soundtrack to many people's lives.
Yeah, it's funny. We want, when we take musical artists, this happens in sports too. We take musical artists and we want to put them in little boxes. You know, we want to categorize them. And Gorka is kind of in that vein where, you know, his name has always been associated with like the new folk movement. And I'm like, Well, it's been like 40 years, right? So it's not so new anymore. He's just a really, really good singer and songwriter.
Exactly. Just a lot of depth there. And just a full confession, I had a terrible crush on him when I was young. So that's just, now everyone in West Virginia knows that when we both had dark hair.
Nice.
I had a crush on this man.
Oh, does your husband know this?
I think maybe I mentioned it a long time ago, but he's friends with Gorka now too. And Gorka now lives in the Minneapolis area, and my husband's from the Minneapolis area. So, it's all good. It all worked out just the way it was supposed to.
Oh, that's funny. Well, that means, there will be a little tension on Sunday night. So hopefully that'll just make it a better show, right?
Well, I'm not going to mention it on the show, but people who heard it can sit in the audience and see what they see.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, Mountain Stage is just cranking out shows. I see there are 6 shows on sale now, and more announcements that are going to be coming on May 1st. So, I mean, this is a party train that's rolling right now.
Yeah, I can't even tell you the random people I run into who are just like, I read all your posts on Facebook, and I mean, is that show as much fun as it looks? And I'm just like, are you kidding? Like, I feel like manna dropped out of the sky in my lap. Last week with the guys in the Mexican wrestling masks,
yes,
and the Sons of Town Hall, the 2 guys who were like singing sea shanties. I mean, my face hurt from smiling so much by the end of the show.
Kathy, I got to tell you, you're a really good follow on Facebook, and I love all those backstage photos. And I know I'm not alone in that. People love seeing that stuff.
Well, it's, I feel like I'm taking people on the ride with me. That's my goal, is to be like, Mountain Stage is really, really fun, and I want you to have a point of view like mine, where you get to see all the quirky, fun bits that happen backstage. I mean, I can't tell you how many people were like, "Oh my gosh, those guys! I've never seen them without their masks.
Nice.
I can't believe it!" And they had no idea what their faces looked like. And then one of them turns out to be like best friends with one of my best friends, and so it was just a wonderful experience. It's the way music connects people. It's just that over and over again.
Hey, Kathy, as always, great to talk to you today. Have a safe trip up from Nashville. Have a great show. And, that's going to be interesting to see you and John Gorka together. I think that's going to be great. Thanks for coming on today. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, Dave. We appreciate you.
All right, Kathy Mattea, Mountain Stage. By the way, if you want more information about Mountain Stage, or, the stream of the show is free. You can find the details at mountainstage.org, and there's a terrific newsletter as well. Just go to mountainstage.org/newsletter and go ahead and sign up. I already did. Let's take a break, and we'll come back and get into the entertainment report is next.
Worried about paying for college? Metro News is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to WVMetroNews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
Don't forget about our podcast. Check out your favorite podcast provider, or simply go to WVMetroNews.com and click on the podcast link. This is Hotline, presented by Solango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Construction, when disaster strikes, just pick up the phone.
on the next State of Minds.
I came here to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team. What my father taught me was the importance of hard work and the importance of sweat equity.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. It makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Thank you for watching. Well, guys, everyone's excited about this. March Madness is officially here. Yeah, it's that special time of year when everyone at work secretly watches the games instead of secretly scrolling through TikTok. I just love that, yeah. I do love the tournament, especially the first round, because there's nothing more exciting than watching Duke take on DeVry University.
Fair enough. That's a point. But actually, right now, Siena continues to lead Duke by 2, 14 minutes to go, second half, although the Blue Devils are in the midst of an 11-0 run. All right, here's the entertainment report from ABC.
ABC Entertainment News.
People have the potential in them to find beauty and happiness in all this.
Netflix has released the first trailer for This Is a Gardening Show, starring Zach Galifianakis. The series will follow Galifianakis as he learns to grow his own food. The show set to premiere on Earth Day, April 22nd. AEG and Disney have announced the return of the Worlds Collide concert tour. The tour will feature stars from the Zombies and Descendants franchises, as well as cast members from the upcoming Camp Rock 3. The Worlds Collide concert tour will kick off on September 25th in Palm Springs, California. Disney is the parent company of ABC News. Niall Horan is releasing new music. Horan announced on Wednesday that he would be releasing his fourth solo album, Dinner Party. The album is set to release on June 5th. And happy birthday to Glenn Close, who is 79 today. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Michelle, thank you. We'll take a break here at the bottom of the hour for more local news. Oh, I think we got a video game report coming up on the other side. We'll do that in just a moment. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Solango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Morgan Pemberton. West Virginia Division of Highway spokesperson Brent Walker says the agency is pleased with the improved ranking on the annual National Road Survey that was released.
We know that it's an improvement with the highway system ranking 30th as opposed to 33rd. Certainly we'll take that improvement. It's certainly a bump up. But, we also recognize we've got a lot of work to do. We still have a lot of challenges.
The ranking is put out annually by the Reason Foundation. Also in the survey, the state showed the most improvement in royal arterial pavement condition, moving from 45th to 36th, and in urban congestion, moving from 10th to 5th. A full story can be read at WVMetronews.com. Putnam County Senator Eric Tarr says the recently concluded regular legislative session was overall the most disappointing session he's participated in. Tarr, who was on 580 Live this morning, says it's a lack of leadership, which has caused a severe lack of trust.
When you got a group of people who can trust the motives and the word of individuals that you're working with, you can get stuff done. And the problem right up there now is that, it's there's no trust. There's not, even if we're in caucus, there's things you don't say because it's going out in a text message as fast as you can say it. Mm-hmm. So when you have that kind of level of broken trust, then that breaks that process.
You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Come on, Liam, let's go. Get open. Come on, go for it. Wake up. Wake up, Liam. Oh, come on, use your head. Gotta want it. Dominate.
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. It's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
The State Division of Motor Vehicles is warning motorists of scammers using text messages demanding payment for driving violations that never happened. DMV Commissioner Everett Frazier says the DMV never texts.
The DMV will never send anyone a text requesting payment. Never, ever, whether it be for a vehicle violation, driving violation, or an unpaid toll.
Frazier said that if you do get a text like this, to report it to the DMV. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Morgan Pemberton.
To the big-hearted, the bold, the teachers, the growers, the builders, the change makers. We need you. We are the Peace Corps. In more than 60 countries, we go the distance to make a difference. We're volunteers, partners, communities, bringing our experience, joy, and passion to building a better world together. Are you looking for more? Then we are looking for you. Join us at peacecorps.gov.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. Oh, look. Ryan Nicholson's come back for a video game report. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Got this text message, Coop, in the break, 304-541. Guys, you need a segment called Questions for Kathy. I'm going to answer that right now. I think that's a wonderful suggestion.
We should just reach out to her and ask her. Just do it not during the mountain stage portion, but just do it a different time, and maybe we could get some listeners to weigh in with some questions. And you always have great questions, and know the industry so well, and the people that she came up around. I think there would be some great conversation.
I think that's a great suggestion. I think that I'll work on the parameters of that, and we'll crank something up. But I think that's a great suggestion, and she's such a good person and such a talented person.
Yeah, man. There's seriously nobody that's more warm when I talk to them on the phone than what Kathy is towards me, and she doesn't have to be like that, but she is. She's amazing.
She's fantastic. Also, I did want to mention the NCAA basketball tournament. We have our first major upset of the day.
Ooh, dang.
So High Point which was not in the geography portion of the quiz for you and Ryan at 3 o'clock. High Point, the 12th seed, has knocked out Wisconsin from the Big Ten 83-82. And to that end, ESPN has just posted on X the fact that High Point knocked Wisconsin out. There are only 3% left of brackets that remain perfect. And the NCAA tournament has been going on for about 48 seconds.
That's pretty incredible.
Wow.
I think we have some in our group that's still perfect.
Really?
I think so. I was looking at it a little bit ago, and there was a couple still flagged at 100%.
Well, that's good. That's good. The other final scores here. Louisville beat USF 83-79. I had USF winning that game. So my bracket's not perfect.
Nope, take that back. Highest we have is 94%.
Okay. How am I doing?
Who are you? Where are you at?
I'm Linda.
What? Don't confuse me.
That's
like
my
that.
account.
There you are. You and I are
You're
tied.
using your wife's account?
Yeah, she and I did a bracket.
Or no, I take that back. You have 10 points.
Oh, good.
And I have 20 points. The leader has 30 points.
Okay. So Louisville beat USF 83-79. Nebraska beat Troy 76-47. Ryan now knows that Troy is in Alabama. And TCU got a basket in the last 5 seconds, and they beat Ohio State 66-64. I think I had the Buckeyes in that game. All right. So, we can't start the video game report until we get the video game report music. So now it's officially time to start. So what's your video game report? What's your beef? What's your problem, Ryan? What is your video game beef?
Okay, so NVIDIA just released a new software for their graphics cards called DLSS 5. It is an image upscaling software used in video games, and this one is different because it uses generative AI. Oh boy! But they did a showcase, and the popular reception to it is overwhelmingly negative.
Negative, eh?
Yes, because it turns like regular video games that are made by a group of very talented individuals into Facebook AI slop. And now I can't really show anything because one, I don't have visual aids for Metro News TV, but also we're primarily a radio station.
That's right.
If you haven't figured it out. But there was one particular example. They had an image of Grace Ashcroft, who's the protagonist for the newest Resident Evil game. She is a young blonde woman. In the game, she is blonde, and you can tell because she has blonde roots in her hair. But once put through the filter of DLSS 5, the generative AI decides, nah, she's not actually blonde. Let's give her dark roots and suggest that she's actually bleaching her hair. And then give her like a face of an Instagram model. So it's like completely tearing away the creative direction that the game developers have assigned to this character. And it's very troubling because if this is dependent on like the graphics card you get, then effectively the games you play are going to be altered by NVIDIA graphics cards.
I would like to make an analogy here, because when I saw this story as well, and I was reading about it, and I was looking at the comparisons and stuff like that, it hits me. And I'm not that huge of a gamer, but I saw these things were kind of scandalized, and it hits me like, because there are artists that make these games. I mean, the people that put the character profiles together and the avatars and so forth in these games, I mean, they created. That's the way they wanted them to look. And to me, it's like colorizing Hitchcock or Kurosawa. It's like they were auteurs of monochrome, that they developed their films to be watched in black and white. Colorizing Hitchcock is a crime against humanity, the ones that were filmed in black and white, because that's the way they were meant to be, using those color patterns and everything in the palette. So I feel kind of the same way about this. You're taking something that they created, something, whether it be a barn or a face or anything else. Sure, it doesn't look realistic, but we're playing games here. Yeah. It's like having a special pair of glasses that you can have on when you're reading comic books that makes the comic books look real. Who wants that?
So do these cards make the games go faster? I mean,
a graphics card is an integral part of the PC. Every PC has a graphics card. It's just part of computer anatomy. But the worst part about this situation is that NVIDIA CEO Jensen is it Jensen Huang or Jensen Huang?
Jensen Huang.
Jensen Huang. He decided to make a public statement and said gamers are, quote, completely wrong. And the first rule of capitalism, Dave, the customer is always right. So people were pretty upset, and honestly, how dare he?
How dare you? How dare you, Jensen Huang?
But honestly, as far as NVIDIA is concerned, I think they should just be humble, you know? They should go back and focus on graphics cards. They don't need this AI stuff. AI is only really good for, like, when your grandma's on Facebook and she posts, like, a picture and it's like, I found this image of Jesus made out of shrimp. And, you know, stuff like that.
Fair enough. So, is this a uniform opinion from gamers?
Mostly. I mean, I imagine the only ones who enjoy this are, like, vapid tech bros who are just like, yes, it's new, and therefore it's good.
Or the people that want to date the characters in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I thought about those guys.
And I'll say that this is another one of those stories that kind of broke over into normie space, you know, so I was seeing some of this stuff happen, and from what I could tell, absolutely, like, I didn't see one positive spin on this from either industry magazines, from anybody that witnessed. I didn't see one positive spin.
It is a bad move for both gamers and developers. I think it's only good for Jensen Huang.
All right, so looking at it from my perspective, how can we make money on this situation? I mean, are there alternative graphic card manufacturers?
Yeah.
Does AMD, for example, do they have a graphics card?
AMD has great graphics cards. Now, I have an RTX 3060, which is a NVIDIA product, but I could easily swap it out for an AMD, and I could get better, if not equal performance. Right. And so NVIDIA and AMD, in terms of graphics cards development, they're pretty equal.
Okay, say for example, I'm so upset about this that I decided that I want to get a new graphics card from AMD. How much is that going to run me?
It's probably going to be expensive.
It will be expensive.
Because all graphics cards are expensive for whatever. You know what?
Like 5 years ago, they weren't, though.
Yeah, they were.
They were not expensive.
They were
at
not
all.
terribly expensive 5 years ago. But with the advent of, like, crypto mining and crap like that, there's like, oh, we need more crypto. We need more graphics cards for my crypto PC so I can mine pennies a day.
It's the memory on the cards, right? That's what's driving the price up. I think it's the RAM, right? Because I've been buying RAM since like the 80s, right? And I was shopping for some to upgrade my wife's laptop the other day. What is going on with RAM in this world, man? RAM sticks were like cost virtually nothing like a decade ago. Now it's like you're investing in your future.
Yeah, and that's to say nothing of like the whole tariff stuff. But that's like macro economy stuff. So
this is really an interesting story from my perspective. That I don't do a lot of gaming, but I really don't hear a lot of shade thrown on Jensen Huang.
Oh,
I mean,
because you're in an echo chamber, Dave.
Well, that's definitely true. But I mean, he is a tech wizard. You know, he is a tech wizard.
He's not a wizard, Dave. He doesn't know how to cast a single spell. He's probably never touched a video game in his life. Sure, he has.
No, I doubt that. I really do doubt that.
I don't know, Dave. It's like, here's the thing about like AI in video games. There are good uses for AI in video games. Like AI frame generation is really cool. It smooths out animation frames so that you can get smoother frame rates on your games. I've used it in a few games and I've enjoyed the results. But the problem is you can't just take the art direction and tweak it with AI, because that is ripping creative license away from the developers and putting it into the hands of the graphics cards company. And I don't think they have an art direction division over at NVIDIA. So,
no, I have no idea. I don't know how to dispute that. I don't know
because I'm correct.
You're probably right on that. Although he does wear a very shiny jacket. He does wear a very shiny jacket.
So if I started wearing a shiny jacket, I'd get like a promotion here or something?
You'd have to talk to Coop about that.
I mean,
but there is always a possibility. Very interesting report.
Thank you.
Very
Fueled entirely by rage.
I also feel that since you did what you did and you steered it into the financial area of things.
I do that.
That with Shelly, Ryan, and Amy Smith, man, we might as well be on CNBC or something.
I know today.
We're like the financial show.
Yeah, we saw her today. And Amy Smith's coming up in about 20 minutes. minutes. Ryan, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, another video game report. Is that one going to be? Is that one going to be out there as a podcast?
Yeah, I'll do something with it.
All right. Well, let's take a break, and we'll get into the On the State file in a minute.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Solango Law, will return right after these messages.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is 10 minutes till the hour. You know, at the top of the hour, we're going to give you a complete rundown on what's going on at the state high school basketball tournament. Got a triple header that tips at 5:30. By the way, just another quick reminder. For many stations on the network, they'll be breaking away for coverage of the Quad A quarterfinal game between top-seeded George Washington and the 8th-seeded Highlanders from Huntington. But some affiliates will be staying with us, and we will be on the air until 6 o'clock. If you want to check out what we're up to, if the station you're listening to breaks away for a boys' high school basketball tournament, well, you can find us at the website, WVMetroNews.com. If you're watching our live stream on Facebook Live or YouTube, you don't have to do a thing. You don't have to do a thing. We'll be here with you. We're here for you right up until 6 o'clock. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the On This Date file, and we'll start with the birthdays. And we will start with the sports birthdays, of which we have some good ones today. Andy Reid, coach of the Chiefs, got a couple of Super Bowl titles in his back pocket, 68 years old today. Former NBA guard Antonio Daniels, man, he was a big star Bowling Green, played for the Vancouver Grizzlies. Remember them kids? He was 51 years old. Andre Miller, among the top dozen players in NBA career assists, played for a bunch of teams. Cavs, who good play for the Cavs. Clippers, Sixers, 50 years old today. Clayton Kershaw, just retired from the Dodgers. On his way to the Baseball Hall of Fame, obviously, 38 years old. Amongst these celebrities having birthdays today, how about Bruce Willis? Bruce Willis, so many good movies, 71 years old today. Here he is from Armageddon.
I wish I could be there to walk you down the aisle. But I'll look in on you from time to time, okay, honey? I love you, Grace.
I love you too.
Gotta go now, honey.
Daddy, no.
There you go, Bruce Willis, 71 years old today.
Dad, no.
Also having a birth anniversary, Joe Kapp. Joe Kapp was the quarterback, played in Canada, was a big star in the CFL, and he followed Fran Tarkenton as the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. He was born in the state in 1939. He died at the age of 85 in early May of 2023. Good player, a really tough guy, Joe Kapp, the quarterback of the Vikings.
Fortunately for the Vikings, Joe Kapp is one of the toughest men in football. How does a quarterback avoid such pressure? The classic way is to throw over it. But Joe Kapp is not a classic quarterback. He is a fighter, concerned more with results than style. He does not scramble, he runs. He does not try to escape, he attacks. He runs over and through people at the rate of more than 5 yards per try. Joe Kapp is not a classic quarterback. He is a winning quarterback.
Joe Kapp, born on this date in 1939, died on this date in May the 8th, 2023 at the age of 85. On this day, 1964, it's Sean Connery's first day of shooting on the James Bond movie Goldfinger.
Who are you?
Bond.
My name is James Bond.
Gentlemen, Mr. Goldfinger has gold bullion on deposit in Zurich, Amsterdam, Caracas, and Hong Kong. As yet, we have failed to discover how he transfers his gold overseas.
I think it's time Mr. Goldfinger and I met.
Mr. Bond?
Yes?
This is Mr. Goldfinger. Many people have tried to involve themselves in my affairs.
Don't go back to your hotel, senor. They'll be watching you.
Choose your next witticism carefully, Mr. Bond. It may be your last.
Sean Connery, first day of shooting on Goldfinger on this date in 1964. At the NCAA basketball tournament, Ohio State lost a tough one today to TCU in the opening round. Today's the anniversary of one of the Buckeyes' national championships. In 1960, the Buckeyes beat Cal 75-55 for the NCAA championship.
Ohio State's spirited play continues. A hook shot by 6'8" Jerry Lucas. California's ball, Dave Stafford scores. The Buckeyes are genuine sharpshooters. A long hook by Joe Roberts. Cal coach Newell, with supposedly the greatest defensive squad in the school's history, sees Ohio State record a fantastic shooting average of better than 67%, enough for a 75-55 runaway victory.
There you go. Buckeyes beat Cal for the national championship on this date, 1960, 75-55. And then 6 years later, this is also the anniversary of Texas Western beating Kentucky, knocking out Rump Runts in the finals, 72-65. Our musical birthday to the break, Ruth Pointer of the Pointer Sisters is 80 today. The 5 things to know at 5 o'clock in sports are coming up next.
I don't want to take it anymore. I'll just stay here locked behind day.
This is Hotline, presented by Solango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All-new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All-new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action. Stay connected to what's happening today in West Virginia.
What about this and what about that? And it just went back and forth. And I was just the guy reading the text. Okay, so what's your take on the whole thing?
Well, now you just get me fired up. Now
right.
you just
So I'm gonna turn on. I'm gonna run down to Wendy's and grab a burger, and I'll be back.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
Sports headlines at 5 o'clock. College baseball, BYU and WVU, no score, second inning. Boys high school basketball tournament in Charleston. Winners today, Spring Mills, Tug Valley, and Morgantown. NCAA tournament, High Point stuns Wisconsin 83-82. Other winners, Louisville, Nebraska, and TCU. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30. Always 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Solango Law. Visit solangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, when we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And so and Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this, I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it. Because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school. You did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Sonia, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian.
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably. Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
Ah, that's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble, when it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument, because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bouncing him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Ten seconds remaining.
Going to be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But, if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things, and I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard, and if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Solango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour, navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's 5:06 in West Virginia. Time to start the third and final hour of our program today, Metro News Hotline. Thanks so much for tuning in today, folks. I do appreciate it. Coop, we're officially into the secret show. Into the secret show. Some of the affiliates have broken away for coverage of the boys' state basketball tournament here in Charleston. Quad A quarterfinals. Number 1 seeded George Washington will be tipping off against 8 seeded Huntington. That will be at the bottom of the hour. If you want to hear that and you're hearing our show instead, you might want to go to the website and check it out. There'll be a feed of the basketball game over there. On the other hand, for those of you who have stayed with us on Facebook Live, on YouTube, or have gone to the website and found the alternate feed of our show, we thank you. We thank you and welcome into the secret show. We're not going to change too much here in this hour. We have a lot of things planned for you. We're going to reset our question of the day here in just a moment. Amy Smith, 15 years at Investors Business Daily. She knows the market situation inside and out. So we'll be talking to Amy Smith here in just a sec. By the way, we do the financial report every day at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. We check the major indices. We take a look at West Virginia-related stocks that are on the move. We give the energy prices. Hey, we've even added the Bitcoin every day. We do that at 4 o'clock. But every Thursday at 5 o'clock, I just like to carve out about 10 minutes where you can talk about your individual stocks. Now, some people have the ability to watch this stuff all day long, but others don't. They got lives, jobs, kids to take care of. And they may not be having their finger on the pulse of the market like some others. But you know what? There's a pretty good chance if you're listening to the show, you're invested in the market. You've got a 401k, or you'll have some other retirement account, or you buy and sell individual stocks. So this is a great opportunity for you to send me the stocks that you want Amy Smith to take a look at. To do that, just text them in. It's easy. A lot of you do it. 304-TALK-304, 304-8255-304, and we'll just get Amy's take on those stocks that you send in from a technical perspective. Also, if you've got any other ideas about the direction of the financial markets, and it was a crazy day in the markets today, send that in. We'd love to hear from you. Also, a little bit later on in this half hour, we'll play in or out. 5:33, Kevin Kinder's going to join us. He's covering the Mountaineer baseball game this afternoon. It's the first of 3 with BYU in Morgantown. Right now, there's no score there in the second inning. We're keeping our eyes on that. Also, Jeff Jenkins will be by around 5:40-ish with his latest edition of the Capitol Report. The legislative session here in Charleston ended over the weekend, but there's a lot of analysis still to be done. So we've got a Capitol Report today at 5:40, and we've got one more tomorrow before that series ends, at least for a relatively short time. And then more of your responses to our question of the day. And we will spend some time a little bit later on in the hour running down all the scores from the NCAA basketball tournament. The big story today is that High Point upset Wisconsin. So there you go. Every year there seems to be a 12-5 upset, and it didn't take long for this one. High Point, a winner over Wisconsin, 83-82. And Duke, after some struggles early, they have finally won their game with Siena, the final 71-65. Duke trailed most of the game, but Siena went cold in the second half, and the Blue Devils are through to the next round. All right, speaking of the tournament, let's go ahead and check our question of the day. Question of the day has to do with the NCAA basketball tournament. Time to talk about your brackets. Time to talk about them. So here's the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Solango Law. Who are your Final Four teams? And if you had to bet your life savings on one double-digit seed to win at least one game in this tournament, which one would you choose? Who are your Final Four teams? And if you had to bet your life savings on one double-digit seed to win at least one game in this tournament, which one would you choose? You know the text line, 304-TALK, 304-825-5304. 304. And you can always reach me on X. Man, I'm always checking that stuff. Ed Weekly, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y, one word, three E's, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y. All right, let's get Amy Smith in here. Amy's in California now, but she grew up in West Virginia. She grew up in the Elkins area. She is, after all, the shine and pride of Randolph County, and she joins us every Thursday at the top of the 5 o'clock hour to talk about the markets and more. Amy, how you doing today?
Hey, Dave, I'm doing fine. I'm just feel so bad because you're such a nice guy. I'd like to bring you a good market, but I think until we get past this Iran thing, it's just going to be a little up and down, a little bit dicey.
Coop, did you hear that? Amy said I'm a nice guy. Yeah, did you see that? Can you pass that word around?
She's awful far away.
Yeah, she is. She is awfully far away. That's true. So, hey, the Dow was kind of flat today. S&P, same. NASDAQ, the same. But, there was a little bit of movement in the final hour of trading today where the Prime Minister of Israel seemed to indicate that Iran has lost their ability to make nuclear bombs and ballistic missiles, and that kind of turned the oil prices around. But, I mean, if you're trading on these comments made by political leaders in the midst of this conflict, that'll just drive you crazy, right?
Yeah, it really will. I mean, I think the initial move, if somebody wanted to go into it in the very beginning, when we first hit Iran, if you want to go to play oil like the USO ETF, that would have been a great play. But now I think to try to play it up and down, and who's the latest, what Trump says or what Israel says or something, I think is risky. I think that it's very news driven right now. We did come off the lows. You're right, Dave. Oil eased a bit. And that was good. So we're just, until we get this solidified, we're going to be in this up and down market.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you tried to trade oil overnight, at one point today it was up over 10% and then actually ended up down on the day. So it really got whipsawed today quite a bit.
That's right. That's why I wouldn't play it, because any particular news, if Iran sends a missile and it hits something in Israel, then that can spike it again, and vice versa, it goes the other way too. So yeah, just good time to just sit on your hands and just watch the market.
I want to ask you, I mean, the big integrated oils, the Exxons, the Chevrons, the Occidental Petroleums, they're all making all-time highs here, and understandably so. But this party for those stocks can't go on forever, right?
No, it can't. And CVX is another one here. I mean, it's marched up. It's up above 200 now. Yeah, you're right. They're very strong right now, but they will pull back. They will.
So, oil, obviously, it's the biggest story in the market. But there are other little stories in the market as well. And we were talking about some of these in the late in the 3 o'clock hour. I mean, I think it was a little concerning when you saw some of these commodities, which really have been a very good place to hide in recent sessions, like copper and silver and aluminum and even gold. They're all starting to roll over a bit here.
They are. And you know what? Gold skyrocketed. Remember, it was up like 200% over the past 3 years. And, up over like 90% in the last 12 months. But, so here's the thing. It's an inverse relationship with the dollar, the U.S. dollar. So when the dollar declines, then that can send the gold higher. But as the dollar has gotten stronger, then you can see becoming technically oversold for the gold. So, the dollar has rallied, and that has sent gold lower. So I think the play in gold is over with. We'll have to keep. One way people can monitor the price of the dollar is that it's an ETF. Go to the UUP, and that will show you the strength in the U.S. dollar. Now, today it was lower a little bit, but that's a good place to monitor that.
You know what? Is it time to really think about going bottom fishing here for any names? I mean, I really think the market probably should be lower in light of the conflict and in what is happening with the infrastructure, the oil infrastructure in the Middle East. But every time that the market has gone down, people have just bought the dips and they've done all right. But there have been some areas of the market since this conflict started that have really dropped off a cliff. And, I just wonder, one of them is cruise lines. Cruise lines
Right.
is really like sailed off a cliff. No pun intended. But I mean, names like Royal Caribbean. I mean, couldn't you buy or at least start positions in names like that? And you'd almost guaranteed to be okay, wouldn't you?
I think pretty much you're right, Dave, because, again, they're being hit with the price of oil, and that goes right to their bottom line. But it has some of these names have been so sold off. I think you're right. I think the selling is a little bit much. I think the Mag 7, I think they've been taken to the cleaners. I think those will probably come back. So when we get a bounce, there are going to be people that can go shopping. You're right, because it'll be or now.
One of the other areas that's really been hit hard that turned in the last hour is financials. The big money center banks, the regional banks. They've been taken behind the woodshed ever since this situation in Iran started. They rebounded a little bit here, and I got to tell you, I just wonder about a name like Goldman Sachs here. I mean, Goldman Sachs has really been rocketed here. If you could have bought it under $800, I think you could have got it at like $775. It did close today up for about a half a point. What's your take when you take a look at the from the technicals on GS?
Well, again, I think it found support here right at the 200-day. We like the big round Livermore numbers. Jesse Livermore had, so you go 600, 700, 800, 1,000. And so when they make these century moves, when they get, anywhere with a round number that's a century, 700, 800, when they get above those areas, sometimes we think, okay, so they found support at that area. They probably found a bottom. And that can be a very good time to get into a stock. You're absolutely right about that. So I would look to see if these big names stay above the big round numbers. And with Goldman Sachs, again, 800 is sort of your line in the sand.
Yeah, I think GS kind of looks pretty good here. And that's really good. That's a really good point that you make about the psychological nature of trading. I mean, some people say that if a stock is on the move and a stock will reach 90, the probability that that stock is going to 100 is very, very high, just from the psychological angle of it.
It is. And, remember some of the algorithms, the trading algorithms will use these big round numbers. So anytime you're right, whether it's a double-digit or a triple-digit number, those are psychological lines in the sand, and they're also what the big traders, the institutions, use. So, yeah, keep your eye on those levels for sure.
Hey, one more stock I want to ask you about. Obviously people are watching what's going on with the conflict in the Middle East, understandably so, but some retailers quietly have been doing okay. And there's one here in Charleston that I go to occasionally, and it always seems like it's got a lot of traffic. And that's Five Below. Five Below. The symbol is FIVE. I'm thinking this chart looks pretty healthy. What do you think about Five Below?
This one is really holding up nicely in this market. Not only is it holding up, but today it rocketed higher, up 10%. Volume was up 300%. The earnings were up 24% for the quarter. They had an earnings surprise of 7%. So, yeah, this is a stock. I agree with you, Dave. It looked really, really good before the earnings report today, and today it looked even better. So you're right. You're seeing busy stores, and you're seeing good earnings.
All right. One more. Let's do one more quickly. I want to ask you about Micron. So Micron reported, and the numbers are great, and the data storage stocks have really done well, and this one sold off a little bit. It's down about 4% today and closed south of 450. What's the chart say when you look at Micron? It's made a big move, but if you wanted to start a position here, what do you think about Micron at this level?
Well, I'll tell you, they got punished on a very good earnings report. I mean, amazing. Their quarterly earnings were up 682%. Sales were up 196%. They had an earnings surprise of 32%. I mean, there's nothing but just sensational news here. So I think it sold off. There was profit taking because some people, as you say, this thing's been running since like 128.
Right.
And now it's up like 455, higher than that. So it just sold off, I think, some profit taking. I think it was sold off too much. I'd keep an eye on this one because this one, the numbers were fantastic.
All right, got to leave it there. Amy, thanks for jumping on with us. One of these days the sun's going to come back out. I promise.
And I promise I'll bring you good news.
Amy Smith talking about the financial markets. Thanks, Amy.
Thank you, too.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll play in or out in just a moment.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
On the next State of Minds.
I came here to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team. What my father taught me was the importance of hard work and the importance of sweat equity.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. It makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Who's driving the boat?
I don't know. What happened? I got behind the wheel, and then suddenly...
Who's driving?
Who's driving this bus?
Sometimes when you have to do traffic and use the bathroom and all those things, you know,
Well,
I'm just saying 410 seconds isn't necessarily a lot of time sometimes.
Is that how long it is? 410 seconds?
Wow. Isn't that right?
I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. 210 seconds.
Hey, you know what? It's the secret show. We got to give our listeners a little bit more, right? We got to give them a little peek behind the curtain.
Luckily, not a lot of people heard my bad math.
Yeah. It is the secret show until 6 o'clock. So here we go. Let's play in or out. Every day at this time, we focus on the stuff you talk about at the office. We call it, ironically enough, in or out. The setup is simple. 3 categories: food or beverage, gut reaction. Finally, this one's about a celebrity. The topics of which change daily. Let's get started with food or beverage. Matt Guitar Murphy's joined us. Matt, you're going to love this. Coop, are you ready to go?
Sure.
Because today is Free Cone Day at Dairy Queen.
Ooh, free cone.
Free cones all day long at participating locations. Last year, Dairy Queen gave away 5 million free cones on this day. Just walk in, get a free small vanilla cone. Not a problem. Mall locations will require a purchase. But there's no Dairy Queen anymore at the town center, right? So I don't think we have to worry about that. Free Cone Day, adieu you. Now, who could possibly be against this?
Yeah, I mean, it's free, so I got to be in. And my daughter would probably like it. My wife probably would too. Me, don't do soft serve. So personally, I'm out. But I'm still in on the concept.
Gosh. See how tricky he is?
I just don't like soft serve, man. What did soft
serve ever do to you?
Nothing. I just don't like it. It's a texture thing. I don't like the texture.
It's a texture thing.
I'm just saying. I don't
Come
like
on, man. Well, I'll tell you what.
It's like a Frosty in a cone.
You go and you get one, and then you give me yours, and I'll eat mine too. I'm in twice.
Oh, there you go.
I'm in twice.
There you go. That's actually really a good idea. Free Cone Day today at Dairy Queen. So there you go. All right, gut reaction is next. How about this? Here's a man who's transformed his decade of car dealership experience into a company called Delivered. It's a service that negotiates vehicle prices for customers who prefer not to haggle over $1,000. It's in Charlotte. He has a home office with 5 professional negotiators, generating approximately $200,000 a month. He avoids showrooms, explains buyers who spend hours feel too invested to walk away from the showroom. His approach focuses primarily on numbers, using competing quotes from multiple dealerships and market data. Running a car negotiating company out of your home and making $200 largely a month in or out.
I appreciate anybody's hustle that can do something like this. I mean, I've been in the finance industry a little bit before, and that's paying a lot of money for some stuff you can do yourself. But congratulations.
There you go.
That's good.
He also live streams negotiations on social media for additional revenue.
Wow.
Additional revenue. One viewer learned techniques from one of these videos and secured a Mazda CX-50 Premium for $4,000 below the asking price. Running a car negotiation company out of your home and making $200,000 a month in or out.
If it were coming from the end of the buyer, I would be out because the guy's obviously making money off of me. But as the guy doing the negotiating and making money, you have to be in. It's genius.
I love this idea. I really do. I'm in on this as well. All right, finally, this one's about a celebrity. Willie Nelson's announcing a new album, and it features a collaboration with Bob Dylan. His 79th album is coming out next month, right before his 93rd birthday. Willie Nelson, in or out?
Love Willie and Bob, but man, neither of them have the strongest voices in the world these days. They're both struggling a little bit in that regard. But I love everything Willie does. He just came out with a new song a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
Outstanding. I love everything Willie does. I've seen him live, and he's wonderful. I love Willie. I got to be in.
So Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan have a song they wrote together called I Can't Read Your Mind. It's the first song they've written together since 1993.
All right.
Willie Nelson, in or out?
Do you think when Willie passes gas that it's just like a cloud of marijuana smoke? I mean, it'd have to be, right? How crusty is that man? That said, it's Willie, man.
That's right.
I'm in on Willie.
By the way, his latest tour begins April 22nd in Birmingham, Alabama.
Nice.
He's going on tour
Blaze
at
the bus.
93. I am in all the way.
You got to be in on Willie.
On Willie Nelson. All right, let's take a break. We'll check in with Kevin Kinder, see what's up with Mountaineer baseball next. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Solango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Morgan Pemberton. The West Virginia First Foundation unveiled today the West Virginia Wayfinder. This is a comprehensive data initiative led by West Virginia University to evaluate community needs on substance use disorders. WVFF Executive Director Jonathan Board says this helps the foundation continue moving forward for future funding decisions.
This is a monumental step for the foundation. Talk about strategic vision all the time. This was one of the original mandates that we were tasked with accomplishing, that of creating an interoperable network. And the fact that we are moving forward with this process in roughly the first 18 months or so of operation is really extraordinary.
They also introduced the Community Catalyst Grant. More can be read at wvmetronews.com. 47 county school districts have been granted waivers by State School Superintendent Michelle Blatt for days missed in the last week of January because of the severe snow and ice storm. Assistant State School Superintendent Jeff Kelly says they have a team that reviews the requests and that many of the counties could end on their original school end dates.
We just go case by case, and we try to ensure that we don't waive days or grant them days that is going to cause them to finish school before they were actually originally slated to finish school.
The waiver means the schools won't have to make up those days missed. You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Around here, sunrise only means one thing. It's time to get to work. Whether you're hauling, herding, baling, or raking, Kubota tractors and hay tools are built to make hay any day, including while the sun shines. Learn more about how Kubota is built to get the job done right at KubotaUSA.com. Go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimers.
Who are the toughest men and women in the area? It's the 33rd annual Parsons Ford Tough Man Contest, coming to the Berkeley Rec Center in Martinsburg. Co-sponsored by Miller Lite, Extreme Family Fitness, Coors Light, and Lust Gentlemen's Club. Buy tickets or the pay-per-view at WVToughMan.com. That's WVToughMan.com. It's the Parsons Ford Tough Man Contest, coming this Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. to the Berkeley Rec Center in Martinsburg.
A Fayette County woman pleaded guilty today to fraud and other activities. 45-year-old Crystal Severson of Golly Bridge pled guilty to the fraud in connection with identification, documents, features, and information. According to documents and statements made in court from March 2016 to March 2022, Severson worked as an administrative assistant at the State Board of Barbers and Cosmetologists. Severson admitted to fraudulently depositing 19 money orders submitted by licensure applicants. She will be sentenced on July 9th. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Morgan Pemberton.
Listen, I'm a West Virginian through and through. Grew up in Bridgeport, 35 years in the Charleston area. Rooted for the Mountaineers since, well, let's not talk ages. You won't find a bigger fan of our teams, but they get called out when they deserve it. Metro News Hotline is the same for everything. Movies, music, local happenings, my inside knowledge, and occasional rants. Meet Coop's sharp humor, guaranteed to spark good talk radio. Think you can keep up? We're your afternoon anecdote to the ordinary on weekdays 3 to 6 on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. All right, welcome back. 26 minutes till the hour. Kevin Kinder, BlueGoldNews.com, going to join me here in just a second. So it's a busy day and a busy evening at the State High School Boys Basketball Tournament here in Charleston. Metro News is your home for all that. Earlier today, Spring Mills, Tug Valley, and Morgantown picked up wins, and the tripleheader session tonight, the game tipping off right now between the top seed in Quad A, George Washington, and the number 8 seed, the Huntington Highlanders. And our question of the day has to do with your bracket. This is the first real day of the NCAA basketball tournament. You've had some first 4 games the last 2 nights in Dayton, but we really got after it beginning at noontime today, and we've already got some upsets. Question of the day, sponsored by Solango Law. Who are your Final Four teams? And secondarily, If you had to bet your life savings on one double-digit seed to win at least one game in this tournament, which one would you choose? Who are your Final Four teams? If you had to bet your life savings on one double-digit seed to win at least one game in this tournament, which one would you choose? A lot of people have weighed in on this. You can do that as well. The text line here, 304-TALK, 304-825-5304. I'm on X at Weekly, WEEKLEY. You know what? If you had put your life savings on High Point today, you would have done all right. High Point knocked out the fifth-seeded Badgers from Wisconsin. So there you go. One afternoon session, and we've already got a 12-5 upset. And, normally we get one or two of those every year in the NCAA tournament. Text line, 724-970. Dave, my men's bracket has Connecticut, Florida, Arizona, and Michigan. I have Arizona winning it all. And, hey, there's a women's bracket, too. I have a Final Four of Connecticut, South Carolina, UCLA, and WVU. I have UCLA winning it all. Our WVU girls winning 3 is my Cinderella pick, but I would rejoice to see them in the Final Four or the semifinal. That's ironic that this texter brings that up in light of the fact that Germain Lussier, who was on the show in the 3 o'clock hour, he's a big fan of UCLA women's basketball, which we didn't even know about until 2 weeks ago. So that's kind of cool. Kind of cool. All right, Kevin Kinder is in Morgantown covering the baseball game, WVU and BYU this afternoon. How you doing, Kevin?
Doing great. Mountaineers lead 4-0, and I'm not going to let you bury the lead, or at least the lead for me since the last time I've been on. West Virginia winning its 21st national championship in rifle. Had a blast covering that in Columbus. Those guys and girls don't get enough credit for it. Hope people checked out some of our coverage. It's a lot of fun.
There you go. Hey, that's fantastic. So what's it like? What is the media situation like covering a rifle championship? How many people actually cover that?
Totally relaxed. Probably, other than school personnel, probably 4 or 5 people, mostly local. So there's no scrambling. You can walk on the floor. You're 10 feet away from the athletes, shooting your pictures. It's a totally different vibe from football or basketball. And like I said, I have a lot of fun with it. Anytime it's within reach, I'm always going to go.
Hey, were you surprised when West Virginia came roaring back to win the whole thing on the final day?
No, just because I'd seen them do that a couple times this year in the regular season. They were solid in small bore, which is the first day of competition, but they're really good in air rifle. They had a couple of comebacks this year, and they shot just absolutely tremendously on the last day. It's kind of the same pattern they followed winning the national championship last year. So, it was tough, but not surprised that they did it.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what's going on right now in Morgantown. We're WVU baseball, 20th in the country, taking on BYU this afternoon. Put up a crooked number in the bottom of the second inning. First, help me out with the pitchers. Who's doing well out there in the mound for the old Gold and Blue?
Dawson Montesa is pitching. He's gotten ahead in most of the counts. He gave up a couple of 0-2 and 1-2 hits, but other than that, he's been doing really well. West Virginia up 4-0 and has 2 on in the bottom of the third, so looking to extend their lead.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy situation when you play BYU, right? No Sunday games, so it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday situation. How's the weather out there today?
Really nice. It's mid to upper 50s, from what it was for sure. Partly cloudy, so definitely a great day. And I don't want to underemphasize the advantage it is for BYU because everyone else's pitching staff is set up to throw their starters Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then all of a sudden, you've got to back them up or move them up a day, and they've got to pitch Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, which is, what BYU does all year. That's a huge advantage for the Cougars.
You know what? I'm really interested. I'm really glad you brought that up. I'd never even thought about that. You're right. That is a big deal. Does anybody complain about that?
Well, there's nothing you can do about it. So, outwardly, overtly, no, nobody's going to go on the record and say it. But, that doesn't change the fact that it's a plus. It's something that BYU, is able to take advantage of a little bit. And you just hope it doesn't mess up your guys.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting to think about. I guess the only way to get around that would be like, I don't know, maybe a day-night doubleheader on Friday. But that's kind of an odd situation too, because you don't want to lose the gate. How's the crowd out there today?
Not too bad for having the game time bounce around a couple times due to the weather. due to the women's tournament being in town, a lot of reasons. So they wanted to make sure they got these two in the better weather parts of the day. So it's nice. I'm going to guess about 1,000. I'm the world's worst at estimating crowds. But, kind of a loud crowd. They're usually supportive. And, with women's hoops in, I don't know if they'll be able to reach this the next 2 days, but should be interesting to see.
Yeah, I noticed that Miami had an open practice today at the Hope Coliseum. Hey, before I let you go, Kevin, and I do appreciate you jumping on with us in the middle of the game, have you been surprised at the response that West Virginia fans had to get tickets to this game with Miami on Saturday?
A little bit in checking around, talking to some people. Kentucky and James Madison and Miami of Ohio all being close. They sold a good portion of their tickets, so that contributed to it. And I'm glad West Virginia's fans have showed up because, that would have been bad after, making a lot of noise about, hey, West Virginia deserves to host and then not having people show up.
Right.
So let's say pleasantly surprised and really looking forward to a full Coliseum on Saturday. And hopefully on Monday.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, if West Virginia beats Miami on Saturday at 5 o'clock, do we know what time they would play on Monday?
No. It's just like the men's tournament. You wait until all the Saturday games are done, and then they slot them in for Monday.
Hey, you know what? And I'll get you out of here on this. When we talked the last time, we were talking about the possibility that WVU could go to the Crown Tournament. That's going to happen. They're not going to get a chance to play Indiana, but they are going to get a chance to be part of this tournament, which features 8 teams. Are you going to get to go out and spend like a week in Vegas covering this thing?
If I made the choice, but right now with so many other things going on and, wanting to catch up on baseball and everything, haven't really made that choice yet. Probably be a bad idea to turn me loose in Vegas for a week.
Right, exactly.
So, one way or another, we will cover it. I'm interested to see if all of West Virginia's roster is there and, how they perform. Are they plugged in and ready to play?
That's a great point. Well, hey, I'll let you get back to top of the fourth. West Virginia leads BYU 4-0. Kevin Kinder, BlueGoldNews.com, reporting live from Morgantown. Thanks, Kevin.
Great. Thanks a lot, Dave.
All right, Kevin Kinder at the ballpark. You could hear him. You could hear the PA announcer. So West Virginia in game one of this 3-game set with BYU, leading 4-0, top of the fourth. All right, let's do a 180-degree turn here and focus in on what went down with the West Virginia legislature. Their session ended last weekend. Here's today's Capitol Report with Jeff Jenkins.
This is the Metro News Capitol Report, brought to you by AARP West Virginia. AARP is your ally for real possibilities in the Mountain State. Connect on social media at AARP West Virginia and learn more at aarp.org/WV. Today's report in 60 seconds.
AARP is your wise friend and fierce defender as you age. Life changes fast, and so do the challenges. Scams are getting more sophisticated, and caring for loved ones can feel overwhelming. That's why AARP is here. We're working to help you protect your hard-earned money, sharing tips and tools to help you spot frauds and scams. Every day we're supporting family caregivers and fighting for things like expanded affordable high-speed internet service and ensuring access to home and community-based services that are so critical to family caregivers. With 250,000 members in communities throughout the Mountain State, AARP is your trusted advocate at the state capitol and beyond, fighting for policies that make life better for older adults and their families. Everyone in the Mountain State needs someone in their corner. That someone is AARP. For more information, connect with us on social media at AARP West Virginia or find us online at aarp.org/WV.
A teachers union leader says he's thankful discussion has at least started among state lawmakers to change the state school aid funding formula, but there's a long way to go before solving the issue. Education West Virginia co-president Del Lee says it's probably good the House bill didn't receive final approval in the way it left the House.
I believe we need to really go to the table and look at what we can do for the funding formula. But just saying this block grant solves all the problems, that doesn't solve all the problems. You still have the problems with that I just mentioned of making sure that you're operating the school system.
Now, the bill ended up in the Senate with a new funding flow for special education, but that didn't pass. Lee says that was bad.
That's one of the most disappointing things in this session is that we didn't address those needs. The cost of educating our special needs students just continues to skyrocket, and many of them need one-on-one aides and one-on-one teachers and things like that. That really skews the funding formula.
Lee says he's thankful for the 3% pay raise for teachers, but that'll be swallowed up by an increase in health insurance premiums. He says that's also an issue lawmakers need to deal with. I'm Jeff Jenkins on Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
If you have a child who's a junior in high school in West Virginia or know someone that does, please listen up. Here's your opportunity to win a full scholarship from West Virginia Wesleyan College that includes room, board, tuition, and fees. The 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program is presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. The deadline is May 3rd. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com to apply. That's WVMetroNews.com. Remember, application deadline is May 3rd.
Hi, I'm Matt Bainbridge. I'm a principal with CEC and the survey practice lead in West Virginia. My journey with CEC started as a staff consultant in 2014. From surveys to well pad design, CEC has nurtured my growth. In 2015, they empowered me to build a remote sensing group, providing the resources to get the job done. The best part is with CEC's support, my career and retirement plans are secure. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Org.
All right, about 11 minutes till the hour. Metro News Hotline into the home stretch. We've got the Boys State High School basketball tournament going on here in Charleston. Quad A top seed George Washington from Charleston and Huntington, the number 8 seed, coming down to the end of the first quarter at the arena a few blocks away. Let's see if we can catch the final 30 sequends of the quarter, Coop.
For the GW Patriots. Huntington with the ball. Lapsley with it, hands it off. Quarter court on the near side, driving to the basket around the right side of the rim, and it dances around and falls through for Ethan Dalton. Dalton's first points of the game, 16-14. 10 seconds remains in quarter number 1. Quickly into the front court. Caden Welch brings the ball, picks up the dribble, sends it over through the lane. Off-balance shot will not fall for Braden Browning. And we've played one. Close ball game. Greatness is built with chocolate milk, the official beverage of the WVSSAC. The American Dairy Association's Mid-East reminds you that low-fat chocolate milk has the right mix of fluids, carbs, and protein to rehydrate and refuel muscles. Visit drink-milk.com. Into the first quarter with the score, George Washington 16, Huntington 14. This is the Metro News Radio Network.
All right, there you go.
How can you grow your business?
I love chocolate milk. Hadn't thought about that in a while.
Yeah, man.
So there you go. So that's one quarter in the books. It's a close one. G-Dub with the lead at the end of one. Action earlier today in Quad A, the 3rd seed, Spring Mills, a winner over 6-seeded University High. The Hawks lose to Spring Mills, final 64-55. Class A, Tug Valley down Tucker County, 56-43. And the final game of the early session today on this Thursday in Quad A, number 2-seeded Morgantown, the Mohegans, a winner over 7-seeded Riverside into the tournament for the first time in years. It's one and done. Mohegans moving on 73-58. We've come to the end of the first quarter in the Quad A quarterfinal between GW and Huntington, and the Patriots have the lead. Still to come later tonight, East Hardy, the 4 seed, will take on top-seeded Greater Beckley Christian. That's a Class A game. And then the final Quad A quarterfinal, it's a 5-4 matchup, Parkersburg South and Washington. They'll tip that game at approximately 9 o'clock. Metro News is your home for the tournament. You can hear the games in a variety of ways. Best way to go if you are looking to find it online, just go to the website, WVMetroNews.com. You'll see a banner at the top of the page, Tournament Central. Click on that. You'll be able to get the games, and there's tons of brackets and highlights and analysis. There's tons of information about the state tournament. It's at the website, WVMetroNews.com. Oh, you know what? We really haven't talked too much about baseball today. I'll give you a quick update on WVU's game. BYU, Mountaineers are leading the Cougars 4-0. That game is in the bottom of the 4th. Major League Baseball, today is the first day of the spring breakout, where the top prospects from teams are playing today. The Reds are playing tonight against the Giants. That is at 9 o'clock. The big club for the Reds have the day off. The Cardinals and the Nats are in the 5th inning of their spring breakout game today, and the Nats are leading the game 4-1. J.J. Weatherholt, the former Mountaineer star, he is in this game batting second for the Cardinals prospects. He's 1 for 2 today with a base hit and a single and is struck out. The Pirates make a little bit of news today. They are playing the Orioles in about 10 minutes in Sarasota. The Orioles are a split squad situation today. The Orioles' other split squad team, they were losers to the Yankees today in Tampa, 5-4. News coming out of the Pirate camp today, though, is that to the surprise of no one, Paul Skeens is going to start the opening day game for the Bucks when they are in New York to take on the Mets. That's a 1:35 game. That is a week from today. Bucks making it official. I think everybody already knew that Skeens would start the opener for the second consecutive year, but they made that announcement officially about 2:30 this afternoon. All right, NCAA tournament action. There's a ton of games today. One major upset. It came in the West region where High Point was a winner over Wisconsin. The 12th seed High Point beats the Badgers 83-82. Other winners today in the early session. Duke struggled early, but they beat 16th seed Siena 71-65 in the East region. Vanderbilt had their hands full with McNeese, the 12th seed, but the Doors get it done 78-68. That's the final score. That's in the South region. Louisville had a big early lead. They led by 10 at the half and then had to hold on to beat South Florida. They beat the Bulls 83-79. Nebraska wins an NCAA tournament game for the first time in school history. They eliminate the lone representative from the Sun Belt Conference 76-47 earlier today. And TCU needed a basket with 5 seconds left to take care of the Buckeyes. The 9 seed TCU, a winner over Ohio State, 66-64. Games in progress. Michigan State leads North Dakota State 61-38. 13 minutes to go in the second half. And Arkansas leads Hawaii 66-49 with 14 minutes to go. We'll take a break. Back to Wrap It for the day in a moment.
The Library of Congress invites you to visit the revamped Veterans History Project website, where firsthand accounts shared by U.S. military veterans are accessible to the public. Performing a search of the collection is easy. First, go to loc.gov/vets. Click Explore the Collections. Scroll down to Search the VHP Collections and click. Make sure you're searching this collection, and with simple keywords, you can find what you're looking for. Visit loc.gov/vets today.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. Presented by AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
Hey, everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Honey. Hey, I'm here for you. Tell me about school today.
When kids can't find the right words, music can help them sound it out. Talk to the kids in your life about their emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
To the big-hearted, the bold, the teachers, the growers, the builders, the change makers. We need you. We are the Peace Corps. In more than 60 countries, we go the distance to make a difference. We're volunteers, partners, communities, bringing our experience, joy, and passion to building a better world together. Are you looking for more? Then we are looking for you. Join us at peacecorps.gov.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Every day, we fight to preserve magnificent places and wildlife, to keep our water and air safe, and to advance clean energy and combat climate change. We are Earth Justice, a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment. We are Earth Justice, and we're here because the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights and wins more cases on the environment than we do. Want to join us in this fight? The time is now. Go to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
Folks, we're late. We got to get out of here. Thanks so much for listening to The Secret Show. The news is at the top of the hour. Sportsline's on the other side. My name's Dave Weekley. I'll talk to you tomorrow beginning at 3:06 on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Solango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.